and welcome to Divi Coaching. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of a workaround so that you can still continue to edit and build your header on the front page. In other words, you can still see the page while you're building the header. So in Divi 5 at the moment, and by at the moment I'm in November 2025, and we're currently at the public beta 2 in Divi 5. And we don't yet have that facility. So you're all probably used, if we go back to a Divi 4 install for a moment, if you click on Enable Visual Builder in Divi 4, once the builder's opened, you have the opportunity at the top here to say Edit Header Template, and you can then edit the header from within the page. So there's no need to go into the theme builder. You can just edit the header from the page. Now that currently is not available in Divi 5. So if you try the same thing here in Divi 5, so if we go to our site, so this is currently displaying the standard WordPress header. If we click on Edit with Divi, the only thing that we will see and be able to edit is the page. There is no facility to edit the header. So in order to edit the header, we have to come out of the page, we have to go to the dashboard, Divi, we have to go to Theme Builder, and we have to click on Add Global Header. So I'm going to show you a really quick and easy workaround. Still allows you to build your header while you can see the page. I'm sure this is something that Elegant Themes will fix soon, but in the meantime, this is a really easy workaround. So we're still going to go to the theme builder and we're still going to click to add a global header and build global header. But what we're going to do once we get in here, we're going to go into the section and effectively we're going to create an empty section. So the section has some pre-built spacing in it at the moment. So we're going to go to the design tab down to spacing, and there's some padding in there which we want to take out. So we're just going to put 0 into the top and bottom padding settings. We're then going to add nothing else to the header. We're simply going to save and we're going to exit and save again. So by doing this, we've enabled our global header, but there's nothing in it. So that means when we go back to the front page, instead of seeing the standard Divi header, our header is there, but it's at the top and we can't see it. So now I'll explain how you can create a header on this page and then turn it into your global header. So to do that, we click on Edit with Divi. We then add a new section. I'm going to choose a single column section. I'm not going to put anything in it for the moment. And you can see we have this section sitting at the bottom here, and I'm simply going to grab it and I'm going to slide it and put it in at the top. So you can see we now have a header at the top. I can then add my header items. So let's come in here and, for example, add a menu. And here is my menu. I can then come into the settings for the menu, and in the content, I can add a logo. So let's add my Divi Fashion logo. A little bit big at the moment, so we'll come down to logo sizing. I'm going to make that a logo width of 150 pixels. And you get the idea. We're getting what we need now for our header. Let's just tidy this up a tiny little bit more. So we're going to come into menu text. We're going to scroll down. We're going to kick that text across to the right-hand side. We're going to turn it into all uppercase. We're going to make it a little bit bolder. So let's come down to the font weight and we'll make that bold. Put a little tiny bit, let's just say 1 pixel of letter spacing in there. And there we are. So we've got a reasonable looking menu. I'm now going to take some of the space out of this. So again, design. I don't want all that padding, so let's just put 10 pixels of padding in here. So there we are. So we built a header. You get the idea. I'm not going to put effort into building the header. So once we're happy with that header, of course, again, you could also make that a transparent header. I'm just about to do a new tutorial which will show you how to make a transparent header. There are a lot more options now in Divi 5. It's easier to do things like change your logo on a sticky header, and you can also add other items like a button really easily. But yeah, watch out for my other video. That will be available in the next couple of days. So anyway, once you're happy with what you've got here, save it. And then the final step to actually turn this into a custom header rather than just a section at the top of a page is you come into the section, you click on Save to Library, you give it a name, so New Header, and you click Save to Library. And then once you've done that, you can safely delete the section and you can save the page again. And then the final step, obviously come out of the builder, back into the dashboard, into Divi, theme builder, open up your global header, click to add a new section, and of course you want to add that new section from the library. So new header, we're going to add, and then as soon as that's added, you can delete the empty section at the top. Save the changes and exit, save again, and go back to the front end, and you'll see that we have our new header. So a little bit of a workaround, only take you a few minutes, but it does then give you the ability to build the header while you can see the page, which I always think is a great advantage. If you get any issues, on the early beta versions, there have been a couple of issues where when you first go in to have a look at this header, it looks a bit distorted. If you do get that, go back to the Visual Builder, open the header, save it again, and come back to this, and everything should be fine. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you have, please do give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. There's a lot more Divi 5 content coming soon. I've been really excited waiting for this nearly final beta release to come out. It's been a year now since I made my first introduction to Divi 5 tutorial, and I'm now really going to get stuck in and make a whole series of Divi 5 tutorials, taking you right from scratch all the way through to building a full site in Divi 5. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.